Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of One Youth. I'm so excited you're tuning in today. Today is the Halloween special episode. You might notice it's a little dark. I'm sitting in my truck. It's a little after 6 a.m. I'm out here at Walmart because what would a Halloween special be without a whole lot of pumpkins? So come with me, we're gonna go get some. And it turns out I'm actually a little early. They don't open until 7. Great. All right, so now we're back. It's almost 7 a.m. You can see the Walmart's over there behind me, and my dog's also with me. We're gonna go get a bunch of pumpkins. All right, finally, here we go. Oh, $1. Oh, 12, I had to give them a shopping. No joke, I was here yesterday, and they were $2 a piece, and now they're $1. So I got 2 carts full. I'm about to go get some more. Woohoo! 40 pumpkins later and we're moving. What a great haul of pumpkins. Hey, you got something in the back of your truck. Oh! Pumpkins! Here we go. We're gonna have a great pumpkin carving contest tonight. Alright, so check it out. In these bags right here, we have all sorts of crazy, wacky kitchen utensils. I'm talking spatulas, measuring spoons, tongs like barbecue pinchers, also whisks, all sorts of stuff. And later, we're gonna have a pumpkin carving contest with the middle schoolers. And they're gonna have to just pull a random item, open it up, and that's what they have to use for the pumpkin carving contest. So you won't wanna miss that. And that's gonna come up in just a little bit. But first, we have some other videos we wanna show you. Dude, look at all these seeds starting growing.
So a pumpkin's growing inside of a pumpkin.
We're out here and we got every single one of these pumpkins that you see down here all hollowed out for a pumpkin carving contest. So be sure to keep watching because in just a little bit, we're gonna cut into them, have the students cut into them with their mystery items. It's gonna be super great. You won't wanna miss it. And I hope you enjoy the time lapse of us getting all the guts out of all these pumpkins.
Well, hello, and we have gotten to the point in the video where we are going to judge all of the carved pumpkins that the middle schoolers did yesterday, and I have my friend Jamie here to help with the judging. And Jamie, just so you know and everyone at home knows what was happening, I bought a bunch of strange random kitchen utensils, teaspoon measurements, spatulas, whisks, all sorts of stuff, and we gave them to the middle schoolers, one item per middle schooler, and said, do your best pumpkin carving in 20 minutes. So
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Yep. That's how much time that they had.
Okay.
So I thought it'd be cool to have someone who wasn't there, who didn't see the carvings, to come in and help me critique them and then give them a rating out of 10. So
I have my red pen.
Okay. Awesome.
My red pen, so I can write my critiques.
Okay, sweet. And I see that you're in your office studio today. Obviously, I'm in my kitchen studio.
Obviously.
Obviously today. So let's go ahead and check this out.
Let's do it.
The pumpkin number 1. Kind of cool looking, a little scary.
It's a little scary. I like the fangs. I'm a fan of fangs on pumpkins. I think that's good. I do see that there's a lot of indentations and marks, like there's eyebrows, so the eyes are kind of a weird double cat eye thing going on with the double eyebrow deal going on, and what looks to be the outline of a triangular nose. I don't know if you can pick that one out.
I do see that. It looks very scary. This is a scarier one, so I really do enjoy it though.
This one is a little bit scarier, but there's something a little friendly about the smile. It's kind of a smile.
Yeah. I think I'm going to give this one an 8.5.
You read my mind. I was going to go with an 8.5 as well.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so there we go. If that's your pumpkin, you got an 8.5. Let's go on to number 2. Okay, this person probably had a very difficult utensil. I'm thinking maybe a golf pencil as their carving tool, but I love how it turned out.
It has an expression.
Yeah.
This one is literally kind of looking at you and winking, and it's like, hey.
Yeah. And I got to say, some of the most professional pumpkins I have ever seen are the ones that are half carved, where the light just kind of shines through a little bit. So cool. So
this didn't have a light behind it, did it, Patrick?
No, none of them had a light behind them.
Okay.
But all of them were taken with my phone with the flash on. So you have to just kind of use your imagination a little bit.
Okay. I will have to use my imagination. I like the smile. I like the buck teeth kind of look. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
And I like the angles on it. It's a little more subtle. This is a little more of a subtle pumpkin. I think I'm gonna go for an 8 on this one.
I'm gonna lock this one in tied with the other one, 8.5.
Okay.
All right, pumpkin 3. Okay, this one has like a crazy hairdo.
Whoa.
I love it.
Whoa.
Mohawk, like the spike, Mohawk spike.
What would you name? This is like kind of a Cyclops looking pumpkin.
Yeah, I like the one eye.
We've got the one eye, and then we have an X opposing the one eye, basically saying, nope, don't even bother looking for an eye. We've X'd it out. There's not another eye. If this pumpkin arrived at my house, I would initially look at it and turn it to see where the other eye is, but that X is telling me no.
Right.
There's not another eye here. Don't bother looking.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the honesty of that X.
This one gives me a James and the Giant Peach vibe. You know, like they crawl through the hole. So that's my thought on that one. I'm going to give this one a solid 8.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Solid 8 for this pumpkin as well.
Awesome. All right, pumpkin 4.
Oh, man.
Yeah. This one's awesome. This one also has a good hairdo. I mean, I've never seen a pumpkin with a hairdo. And we've had 2.
Can I tell you, this pumpkin, I think it's staring into my soul.
Yeah, now it's staring.
It's
through the
looking right through me.
Yeah,
and it's seeing the core of who I am, and I don't know how comfortable I am with that.
Yeah, I wonder what is sticking out of its head, like an antenna. Maybe it's receiving. That's how it pulls information from the.
Maybe that was the utensil that was used to make.
Oh, that's probably true too.
This pumpkin, which looks like it was probably a small utensil.
Yeah. It looks like maybe a little spoon or something that's all twisted up somehow. I don't know how that happened. I do like this one. And I like the small little face. I'm going to give this one a 9.
I'm going to go 8.5, and you're going to go 9. Love it.
There we go.
All right, let's go on to our next one.
Oh, This one's great.
Oh,
It's a heart. What more can you say? A heart is
it
great.
is a heart. It's a heart. It's love. I wonder what utensil they had.
They must have
carve out
had
the
something
heart.
big. They had 20 minutes, so that's a lot of carving.
That's a lot of
20 minutes.
chiseling away.
Yeah.
A lot of chiseling away.
Yeah.
I also really just like the shape of the pumpkin. They chose wisely.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
they choose their pumpkins, Patrick?
Yeah, they had a choice of 30 pumpkins to choose from. So, out of
And
30,
not
they
only
just-
that, but if you notice the lines in the pumpkin, the center of the heart is right on one of the lines.
Oh, yeah.
So they took the
Craftsmanship.
time to do that, yeah, and then kind of spaced them out on the edges. So there's some craftsmanship in this heart. I am going to go with a 9 for the heart.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm going to go with a 9 as well. I've never seen a heart. Our next
Creative.
pumpkin is I
Oh, wow.
like it. It's all squares and kind of a square nose. So
And there's something green inside.
yes, so this particular pumpkin, the student who carved it had a green flashlight that they put inside of it.
Ooh,
Didn't show up well on the camera because I had the flash going.
got it.
But you can see that in there a little bit. And I wonder if the utensil they had was something that was square and they just went chonk. Like
Could
they
be.
just did big chonks in it.
Could be chonks. That's a good word. Pat, I'm wondering if this pumpkin was screaming something at you, what do you think it would be screaming based on the expression on its face?
I think it'd be screaming, look out.
Look
Like
out.
A car, like you're walking on the sidewalk and a car is coming and they lose control. And it's behind you and someone's walking towards you and they see it coming. They're yelling, look out.
It's like, hey, get out of the way.
Yeah,
Can
exactly.
you yell with a square mouth like that? Hey, I can't do it.
I mean, it looks like this pumpkin's doing it. So because of that, I'm giving it an 8.5.
I am going to go with a 9 for this pumpkin because of the amount of expression they were able to do with squares.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now our next pumpkin looks
Wow.
like it was off to a great start, and then they tried to make that eye a little bit bigger, and a big chunk just flew off.
And it just kept going.
Yeah.
Kept getting bigger. I will say this, it kind of looks like it's looking up at you, right? And then its eye kind of...
Yeah. I do
The
see
pumpkin
that.
to me sort of looks like it's a little apologetic for having a big, giant, grotesque eye.
Yeah.
It looks like it's
Kind of
saying,
emotional.
I'm sorry that I have a big, giant, grotesque eye, but I'm still cool. I want to point something else out. The eye on the other side, the one that's smaller, it's been chiseled in so that it has a pupil, right? It's
Oh,
a three-dimensional eye.
So
That is
much
impressive.
talent.
I know. That is really impressive. And then the really low, kind of smiley, creepy mouth is also really good.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the design in this. And then it also has a little element of horror because of the big, giant, cavernous eye, left eye. I'm going to go with an 8.5 on this guy.
I'm going to go with an 8. Solid 8. That's going to be my vote for this one. Now this next one. This is like the cool guy pumpkin, right?
He
wearing
kind of has
the
a cool
cool
guy vibe.
sunglasses. It's like, hey, I'm here.
I have to tell you, it almost looks as if someone made this pumpkin with a weed whacker. You know, those little string trimmers.
Oh yeah, weed
Because there's
eater.
a linear aspect to how the eyes have been created. Maybe not the mouth as much, but definitely to the eyes.
Right.
I want to give them a shout out for the shape of the where the nose would be is kind of being exemplified in the shape of the pumpkin. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they didn't need a nose in this. It actually looks great without one because of how cool the shape of the pumpkin is. So good job, whoever you are who made this pumpkin in finding that perfect line.
Yeah.
The mouth and the eyes.
And this one also kind of has the cool guy slick back hair. You know.
That's true. It does have cool guy slick back hair. You know, this for us is number 8 as we're judging, so I'm going to give it a solid 8.
I like this one. I'm going 9.5.
Oh wow. Okay,
Yeah.
we're a little off in our judging, but I think so far everyone's been doing pretty good.
Yeah, these are great.
Oh,
Sorry,
wow.
next one, number 9. This one has a nose. I think that's probably the tool that they used.
And this one is goofy.
Yeah, it's
Just goofy. Look, its hat isn't even on right.
And it looks like it's laughing. Like it just said a joke and it's
really
laughing
does.
at its
It's
own
even
joke.
it's even sitting sideways to look like it's laughing.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to point something out, Patrick, and maybe you can explain it to me. You said that looks like the tool they made this with, and I agree. I'm sure it is. However, it's a spoon and it's round. So how were they making such accurate straight lines with a spoon?
I have no idea.
I'm impressed.
I'm extremely impressed. Yeah, I don't know how they would do that.
This one is extremely expressive. I like expressive pumpkins. I'm going 9.5 on this one.
I was going to say the same thing. 9.5 for me.
I think that puts it in the lead at this point so far.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Our next one, I think this one was named Cyclops.
Yes, accurately. Now, we see the big gaping. I'm assuming that is an eye, since it's named Cyclops.
Yeah.
However,
think so.
to the left, there seems to be some other eye or nose or ear or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is, but I don't know if that part has to be officially critiqued and judged by us. We have to focus just on the front here.
That's true.
A giant hole, Cyclops style. And then I guess the spoon's supposed to be a tongue, and it feeds the eyeball. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never fed my eyeballs. I don't usually do that. I will say that this highlights the interior of the pumpkin.
That's true.
Particularly well. In fact, maybe better than any of the other ones. I also want to commend these people on picking a good pumpkin shape. This one is very expressive.
Yeah.
Nice oval shape to that pumpkin. And the pumpkin seeds, as we can see, are a part of the design here. They're actually, you can see pumpkin seeds.
That's true. Yeah. That's
got to give them some credit for that. I'm going to go with an 8 on this one.
I was going to say 8 as well. 8 for this one for sure. Oh, now this one captures Halloween 100%.
Whoa.
A witch's hat. That's perfect. That says Halloween all over it. Even looks like the end of the witch's broom over near the top of the hat. It's just a little scar on the pumpkin.
It does. The scar on the pumpkin adds to it. I wouldn't have thought a scar on the pumpkin would have been something that I would have chosen to do. But this artist who made this pumpkin, because this person obviously, Pat, is an artist, right?
Oh, yes, obviously.
I mean, 100%. You can already tell the shape that they made of the hat, and then the way that they actually added kind of shading using the depth of how they cut.
Yeah.
That's
very cool.
Really impressive to me.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 8.5.
Oh, I'm a 9.5 on this one.
Whoa.
Yeah, I really like this one. I think this is cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, our next one. L.A. Los Angeles.
Now, they must be referring to the L.A. Dodger. Or, no, not the Dodgers. The Chargers? No, the L.A. The Angels.
No, I think they're referring to the L.A. Street Sweepers Association.
That's probably what it is.
Definitely the Dodgers. They just won the World Series. And obviously this person is a big baseball fan because they put in the LA, and I would even guess that that's the artist's shoe and foot in the background.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's just a guess, but
okay.
Can't go wrong. I mean, it's pretty spot on with what their logo looks like. Solid 8 for me.
Solid 8 for the LA logo. I am going to match that and say a solid 8. I'm particularly happy that there's a giant smear of dirt on one side of it, you know. And LA can be a little gritty of a city, right?
That's true.
LA is not like clean and perfect everywhere. There's a little dirt. And that's so right. It's keeping in theme. Hey, Nice penmanship on LA, and I don't know if I was rooting for the Dodgers or not, so I'll give no comment on the baseball team.
Yeah, same. All right, moving on. This is one of my favorites.
Oh,
This is like the classic pumpkin carving. And when I was a kid, every single pumpkin carving, and even still today, always looks like this, right? The square eye, the circle nose, the triangle nose, the circle eye, and the big, huge smile, just the biggest smile ever. Classic big, pumpkin.
Grinny smile. And they did a few things on this pumpkin really, really well right from the beginning. The first thing is when they chose where to put the face, they did it perfectly.
Right.
Yeah. So they picked the right angle of the pumpkin. They have the stem of the pumpkin is even pointing in a cool direction. The lines in the pumpkin's face, you'll notice they have a good center line for the nose, and then they have lines on either side of the eyes. And then they picked sort of the higher spot of the pumpkin so that it kind of has a neat little angle to it. So this is, to me, and then also we see the spoon sticking out of the back. I'm assuming that's the spoon they used to make this pumpkin.
Yeah, that's my guess too. And that's some small detail work, like with the nose and the eyes for such a big utensil.
To be able to do that with a spoon in 20 minutes outside is really exceptional. The craftsmanship on this is phenomenal. Patrick, I think I'm going to have to give him a 10 on this one.
I was going to go all the way to the top as well. You can't go wrong with the classic design. It's super good, super centered, lined up. I'm going full 10 as well.
Wow. Okay. All right. This may be the top. I don't know how you can go up from here.
Well, our next one might be pretty close, to be honest with you.
Oh, wow.
This is like a scarecrow design, right? This is like the head of a scarecrow pumpkin. It looks like it even has some hay in its mouth. I don't know how they got it to look like that, but I do like this one, and it has a nice big hairdo. That's good too.
Stem, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the stem. It's got the little kind of divot above the eye, and then also a little bit of a divot in the chin. But it's keeping it happy, even though it's scary. It's still happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, scarecrow.
That's right. Exactly. I'm going 9 on this one.
Okay, I'm gonna go 8. I would have thought it'd be cool to see the eyes a little bit bigger, but it still looks really good, and it still gets an 8 in my book.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on the eyes. I think the eyes being smaller kind of adds a little more like scariness to it.
Okay, that extra thought, I'm gonna go 8.5.
Okay, all right. I'll mark it down 8.5. All right, gotcha.
Our next one here is another cool guy pumpkin.
He's so cool.
Yeah.
This guy's cooler than I ever was and ever will be.
Yeah.
What do you think he's saying?
He's saying like, hey, I might be 5'5", but I'm super cool. Something like that. I don't know. That's kind of the vibe I get.
I guess I'm 5'5". I'm 5'5", but I'm super cool.
They'd say something like about themselves. That's kind of cool. And then, kind of
maybe they'd say nothing. They just kind of like look at you. That's it. I don't know. What do the cool kids do these days, Patrick?
I don't know. I feel like this pumpkin, if it was a person in school, they'd probably still sit in the front row, even though they're super cool. Super cool.
Oh, one of those guys.
Yeah. The cool guy in the front.
I will say their haircut is a little bit of a bowl haircut, but it kind of adds to the image. Yeah, exactly. I particularly like on this one the expression in the mouth. I think that's fantastic. The little button nose probably was hard to do with whatever utensil you had. And then the way that the triangle eyes are flat on top. Most people do triangles kind of pointing up. These ones are a little bit more flat on top. So that is unique. So I'm going to go with a 8.5 on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go 9. Okay. I like it. Very unique. Our next one here also has a nose, which is kind of cool. I like the 3-dimensional. It looks like this person had a little bit of a tough time getting through that pumpkin. That pumpkin core looks pretty thick, and it looks like they have a little tiny teaspoon. So I'm going to give this person like a big A for effort. That looks very difficult, and they did a good job with what they were given and the amount of time that they had.
Right.
And so all of those things considered, I'm still going to give this one an 8.5 because I love the little eyes. And I love how they use the utensil as part of the art. Like, that's super cool.
Sometimes less is more, Patrick. Sometimes less is more. This pumpkin to me, and I'm not sure if this is true, you might have to tell me, it looks huge. It looks like it's bigger than the other ones.
That I think so. You can see the one we gave a 10 on the right and a different one on the left. I think this pumpkin, some of the pumpkins were really big.
So that's a bold choice to say, I'm going to pick one of the larger pumpkins and I'm going to make a small pumpkin face on one of the larger pumpkins. I'm with you, Pat. I'm going to go 8.5 on this. And let's go on to the next one.
Yeah, we got 2 more.
Oh,
this
wow.
next one is...
I think this next one's my best friend.
I totally agree.
He might be everyone's best friend.
Everyone. He's everyone's friend. In the live carving last night at youth group, I did say that this was my favorite pumpkin that was there.
Then I think I know what your score is going to have to be.
My score for this one is 10. It's so happy. It's so smiley. I feel like it's just like wanting to have a good conversation with me and be everyone's friend. I love this pumpkin. Yeah. Solid 10.
It's a good pumpkin. It's got a little bit of a quizzical look, meaning it wants to understand a little bit more about who you are, but it's happy with who it is.
Yeah, that's totally.
So if I gave this pumpkin a 1, if I gave this pumpkin a 10, it would be just as happy either way.
Yeah, that's true.
And I appreciate that about a pumpkin. It looks like it's a smaller pumpkin. I do appreciate that the eye holes are so round and so cleaned out, so distinct. And the mouth is just very subtle with that little swoop to it. So I'm going to go 9.5 on this pumpkin. I think it's fantastic.
Sweet. Yeah, I think this was the smallest pumpkin that was carved as well. So another little fun fact. And my numbering was off for the last one. Now we have 2 more. This next one has a lot going on.
A lot going on.
Yeah.
This one is, to me, it's almost like a master class in here are the different shapes that you can do when you're making a classic pumpkin.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to fully capture what this pumpkin was all about. This one, as you turned it, it told a story. But part of the critiquing and putting them out on display was that because of COVID, students couldn't go up and touch other people's pumpkins. So we couldn't actually put it on display turning. However, they've had 20 minutes and they did a lot of carving in this.
They did a ton of work. So this is like the most industrious pumpkin person. So let me point out a couple things that I like. First of all, they picked a large pumpkin, it seems like, or is that just a scale thing? Or that was normal, medium size?
Medium.
Yeah. So they went with a medium, but they picked one that had a beautiful top on it, that hairdo that's there.
Yes.
And what looks like the biggest face where the mouth is, the hairdo is kind of swooped sideways in comparison. So they picked the right spot to even begin on this one. Mm-hmm. I appreciate the giant round eye. The half moon eye is also another classic move. Triangle nose, big grin, and then the stars.
Yep.
I could never make a star in a pumpkin. It would look horrendous.
Yeah.
So with this one, there is just a beautiful amount of effort, of industriousness, and they're telling a story. I don't know what that story is, but I'm sure it's wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go with a 10 on this one, Pat.
Oh, I'm going to go with a 9 just because they were so quick at carving. I'm just going 9 based on the fact that they got so much carved in this pumpkin so quickly.
Wonderful. Good job.
And now we're on to our last one here. And this one is great. This one looks like he's going 100 miles per hour on a motorcycle because their helmet flew off. Their expression is like, I'm going super fast. They're bug-eyed. Yeah.
Their eyes have already started to move to the side of their face. It's going
exactly.
And they're giving that classic expression of maybe joy and fear at the same time.
Yeah. There's like only a few times you can actually achieve that. And I think going super fast on a motorcycle is totally there. And even the way the mouth is carved, it looks like it's being pulled a little bit.
It does. And I'm wondering how they did that.
Yeah.
There's something going on in the way that they had to gouge out that mouth.
Right.
That's unique for sure.
Absolutely. I'm going to go with a 9.5 on this one. I think it's super great.
I'm going with an 8.5. So we have an 8.5 and a 9.5. Patrick, everyone did really well on this.
I know. It's like they are professionals, and it's just so crazy that they weren't using professional tools for any of this. It was normal kitchen stuff. It's super crazy. So I think we have a lot of talent among the middle school kids, and I loved every single one.
Next year, you should give them more pumpkins and everyone gets a jackhammer and see what they can come up with.
Only power tools. Yeah.
Only power tools. Only dangerous
intense.
power tools.
Absolutely. Well, Jamie, thank you for joining me on this judging. It was super fun. We are.
Hey, anytime you get a group of 19 kids to carve 19 pumpkins, you can count on me to judge them.
Awesome. We are out of time. So thank you everyone for checking this out, and we will talk to you soon.
Bye.